Yo and hello there, and what's going on YouTube, and welcome back my fellow pixelators, and welcome back to another Minecraft pixel tutorial build on Team 7 Eyes. Without further ado, once again, as you know in the last part, we pretty much completed most of Kakashi, and we've only got one more area to do, which is his left eye. So without further ado, let's get started in today's blocks. Once again, we are using the same blocks as per usual, our black concrete and our bookshelf. And for today's area, we're going to be flying all the way to those two bookshelves, going down with the one black concrete underneath it. So without further ado, let's fly over to that one black concrete underneath those two bookshelves. And there we go. Once you have flown to this black concrete right here, make sure to go and hit that like button if you haven't already, that'd be much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to go and subscribe as well if you're enjoying the content so far. Now with that note being said, I should get started on with the build. From this one sticking underneath these two bookshelves right here, we're going to place another two black concrete going to our left from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place 2 to the left, do a bottom left diagonal from here. Just like so. From this bottom left diagonal, place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. Just like so. Once you place 2 underneath, do a bottom right diagonal from here. There we go. From this bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath. Just like so. Now from this one you place underneath, we're then going to place 1 going to the right from here. And from this one you place to the right, we're going to place 1 underneath. Then we're going to fly back up by 1, so back up to this upright corner. And we're then going to place 3 going up from here. So 1, 2 and 3. And there we go. Once you place this 3 going up, we're going to fly all the way back down, back to this one sticking underneath right here. And we're going to place another 3 going underneath from here. So 1, 2 and 3. And there you go. Once you place this number 3 underneath right here, we're then going to place 1 going to the right from the end of 1. Just like so. Once you place this 1 to the right, place 1 going underneath. And there we go. Once you place this 1 underneath, place another 1 to the right. And then once you place this 1 to the right, place 2 going underneath. So 1 and 2. And there you go. So then, once you place this 2 going underneath right here, we're then going to place 1 going to the right from here from the end 1. Just like so. Once you've done this, we're then going to place 1 going underneath. And there we go. Once you place this 1 underneath, place 1 to the right. And place 1 going underneath. And then place 1 to the right. And place another 1 underneath. Just like so. And this time, once you place this 1 underneath, we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2, just like so. And there you go. Once you place 2 to the right, place 1 going underneath. And from this 1 you place underneath, we're going to place 3 to the right. So 1, 2 and 3. And there you go. Once you place 3 to the right, we're then going to place 1 on top of the third one, just like so. Once you've done this, we're then going to place 1 to the right. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And from this 1 you place underneath, place 1 to the right. And there you go. As you can see, we should be looking like this so far. Once you've done this, fly back to the one you just placed to the right. And do a bottom right diagonal from here. And there you go. In this bottom right diagonal, place 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2 and 3. Once you place 3 to the right, do an upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, place 6 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And there you go. Once you place 6 to the right, do another upright diagonal. And this time place 3 to the right. So 1, 2 and 3. And then once you place this 3 to the right here, we're going to fly back into the left by 1, so back to the third one in total, going along to the right of this 4 in total. And we're going to place 1 bookshelf going underneath this one right here. And there you go. As you can see, we should be looking like that so far. Once you place that 1 bookshelf underneath, take out your black concrete, and we're going to place 2 black concrete going underneath the bookshelf. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place 2 black concrete underneath, fly back up by 1, so back up to the first black concrete underneath the bookshelf, and place 1 going to the left from here. And there you go. Once you place that 1 to the left, do a bottom left diagonal, just like so. Once you've done this bottom left diagonal, place 5 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, just like so. Once you place 5 to the left, do another bottom left diagonal, and then place another one going to the left from here. And there you go. Once you've done this, you're then going to zoom out, fly all the way back to the right, and fly back to the second one. So the second black concrete that we placed underneath the bookshelf, that looks like one stick underneath right now. And once you've flown back to this one right here, do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. On the second bottom left diagonal, place 4 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And there you go. Once you place 4 to the left, do another bottom left diagonal. And then this time place 3 to the left. So 1, 2 and 3. And there you go. Once you've done this, take out your bookshelf. Place 2 bookshelves going underneath from here. So 1 and 2. Just like so. Once you've done this, take out your black concrete. And we're going to place 4 black concrete going to the right from this second bookshelf. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And there you go. Once you place that 4 black concrete to the right, do an upright diagonal. And then this time place 3 to the right. So 1, 2 and 3. Just like so. Then once you place this 3 to the right here, do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And the second upright diagonal, place 1 to the right. Just like so. Once you've done this, do another upright diagonal. This time place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2, just like so. Once you place 2 to the right, do another upright diagonal. This time place 1 to the right, just like so. Then place 1 on top. And for when you place on top, we're going to place 2 going to the right, so 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place 2 to the right, take out your bookshelf. Place 1 bookshelf going underneath from here. Once you've done this, take out your black concrete and place 1 underneath the bookshelf. And there you go. Once you place 1 underneath the bookshelf, we're going to place 1 black concrete going to the left, just like so. Then we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. Oh, didn't mean to break that. There we go. From that second bottom left diagonal, place 1 going to the left from here, just like so. And finally but not least, do another bottom left diagonal. And there you go. Once you've done that bottom left diagonal, we're then going to zoom out. And we're going to destroy those bookshelves as we don't need these anymore. And there we go. So just exactly the same as that side over there where we got the bits coming down. Obviously David doesn't have a scar on his other eye. Now once we have done all this, we're going to fly all the way back to the left. Back to that 2 black concrete that's sticking up right here on the left hand side. So as you can see, these 2 sticking up right here. We're going to fly back over to here. And once you've flown to the top of this 2, we're going to do an upright diagonal from here. Just like so. Once you've done this upright diagonal, do a bottom right diagonal. Just like so. And from this bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right. And fly back into the left by 1. So back to this one right here. And then place 5 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And there you go. Once you place 5 underneath, do a bottom right diagonal. And place 1 underneath, just like so. And do another bottom right diagonal. And place another one underneath, just like so. And then do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. And the second bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, just like so. And do another bottom right diagonal. And then place another one to the right. And there you go. As you can see, that one you place to the right there should connect in a bottom right diagonal direction to this 2 that's sticking up right here. And if it does, that means we've done everything correctly so far. So we're then going to zoom out, fly all the way back up to the top, and fly back up to this 1 black concrete we placed to the right here. And there we go. And once we've flown back to this one right here, we're then going to place another 6 black concrete sticking out to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And there you go. Once you place another 6 to the right, we're going to place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. Once you place this 2 underneath, fly back up by 1. So back up to the middle one right here. Then place 2 black concrete going to the right. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place 2 to the right, we're then going to place 1 underneath. Just like so. Now from this one you place underneath, we're then going to place 1 to the right. And from this one you place to the right, we're then going to place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2. And from the second one you place underneath, fly back up by 1. So back to the middle one right here. So back to the first one we placed underneath. And we're going to place 2 to the right from here. So 1 and 2, just like so. Once you've done this, we're going to place 1 going underneath. And from this one you place underneath, we're then going to place 1 to the right. Now from this one you place to the right, we're going to place 1 going underneath. Then we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this upper right corner right here. We're then going to place 1 to the right from here. Now from this one you place to the right, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal. Now from this bottom right diagonal, fly back in the up left diagonal direction by 1. So back up to this black concrete right here. Once you've flown back up to here, fly back into the left by 1. So back to the middle one right here. And we're then going to place 3 going up from here. So 1, 2 and 3. When this third one you place on top, we're then going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. Now once you place this 2 to the right, we're then going to place 1 underneath, just like so. When this 1 you place underneath, we're going to place 1 to the right. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this up right corner. We're then going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to place 1 to the right. Once you place this 1 to the right, we're then just going to zoom out. Fly back to the one sticking underneath right here. And then place another one going to the right from here. And there you go. Once you've done this, we're then going to zoom out again. Fly back up above to this one sticking out to the right. And we're then going to place 1 on top of here. Then from this one you place on top, fly underneath by 1, so back down to this bottom right corner. Then place 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2 and 3. And this third one you place to the right, place 1 going underneath, just like so. Then from this one you place underneath, place 1 to the right. Then fly back into the left by 1, so back to this bottom left corner. And we're then going to place 5 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And there you go. Once you place 5 underneath, do another bottom left diagonal. And once you've done this bottom left diagonal, place 3 going to the left from here. So 1, 2 and 3. Once you place this 3 to the left, do another bottom left diagonal. Now once in this bottom left diagonal, fly back in the upright diagonal direction by 1. So back up to this 3 that we placed to the left, which makes it 4 in total. And once you've flown back to here, do an up left diagonal from here. Now from this up left diagonal, we're going to do 3 up right diagonals from here. So 1, 2 and 3. And there we go. When it's third up right diagonal, we're then going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And there we go. So then, once we've done that bottom right diagonal right there, we're then going to fill in this gap right here. So inside this gap in the bottom right corner, so just inside this section here, we're just going to fill it in with our black concrete. So we're just going to fill this bottom line here, then inside there, and then that one gap. And there you go. Once you filled in that one gap right there, we're then going to zoom out from this area, and we're going to fly back to the left, and we're going to fly back to this one stick underneath right here. So not that one right there, the furthest one that's from the left hand side that's sticking underneath right here. So this point right here. So we're going to do the outside part of the kind of eyeball itself. And once you have flown to this one stick underneath right here, we're then going to place another 6 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And there you go. Once you place another 6 going underneath from here, we're then going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. From the second bottom right diagonal, we're then going to place 1 to the right. And from this one you place to the right, do another bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the right. And from this one you place to the right, we're going to place 1 on top. Then we're going to fly underneath by 1, so back down to this bottom right corner. And we're then going to place 4 to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then once you place this 4 to the right, do an upright diagonal. And from this upright diagonal, place 1 to the right. And there we go. Once we've done this, we're going to fly back to the left, back to this one that's sticking up right here, that we just did. So back to this one right here. And once you've flown back to here, we're going to do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. From the second upright diagonal, do an up left diagonal. Just like so. Then from this up left diagonal, do a bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're then going to do an up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, place 2 on top. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place this 2 on top right here, as you can see it connects an up left diagonal direction to this one that was sticking underneath right here on the left hand side. And flying to this one that was sticking underneath right here, we are then going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And there you go. So exactly the same as the other side that we did with the other eye. And once you've done this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 3 going underneath. So 1, 2 and 3. And there you go. Once you place 3 underneath, do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, we're then going to place 1 to the right. And then from this 1 you place to the right, we're then going to place 1 underneath. Then we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this one right here. And we're then going to place 1 going to the right. And from this 1 you place to the right, do an upright diagonal. And then there you go. We should be looking like that right there. So as you can see, we'll just fill that in. So now once we had done this, we're pretty much done with most of the eye. Obviously we do need to fill up a bit at the top there, but we'll leave that for now. And once we've done all of this, we're going to fly all the way back to the right, back to this one black concrete sticking out to the right here. And once you've flown to this black concrete sticking out to the right here, we're going to place another 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you've done this, we're going to place 1 underneath, and then we're going to place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2, just like so. Once you place 2 to the right, place 1 underneath. And then once you place this 1 underneath, place 1 to the right. And from this 1 you place to the right, we're going to place 1 underneath. And then we're going to fly back up by 1. So back up to this right corner. And we're then going to place 1 to the right from here. Just like so. When it's 1 you place to the right, do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And the second bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right. Just like so. And then do 3 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. Once we've done these 3 bottom right diagonals, we're going to zoom out. And we're going to fly to the one black concrete sticking underneath right here. Once you've flown to this one right here, place another one going underneath just like so. So it looks like 2 sticking underneath in total so far. Once you've done this, do a bottom right diagonal. And then from this bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath. Just like so. Once you've done this, do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath. And there you go. Once you place this 1 underneath, then I'm going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second bottom right diagonal, we're then going to zoom out. So we've done with that part right there. And we're now going to move on to the final part. And we're going to fly all the way back up to this one black concrete that is sticking up right here. And once you've flown back to this one black concrete sticking up right here, we're then going to place 2 to the left. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 4 to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And then finally, but not least, we're then going to place 9 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. As you can see, that 9 you place to the left should connect to the right from this one that was sticking underneath the bookshelves right here. And if it does, that means we've done everything correctly so far. So one more final thing we got to do, we just got to fill in a couple of areas. So first thing first, on the left hand side, we got this small 3 going up here with a 1 to the right. We're just going to fill in that small gap there. There we go. Once you filled that in with your black concrete, we're then going to fill in the final section, which is this top section right here. And we're also going to fill it down here, that it goes into the eye right here as well, as you can see. But just in this top section in here. So if you want to see me fill out first, I'm just going to fill out that bit. And I'm just going to go all the way along to the left. And then fill this in. And there you go. Yours should be looking exactly like that right there. And there you go. There is all the eye complete. Well, obviously, the outline complete. And that is pretty much everything complete now. So all we got to do is go and destroy those 2 bookshelves. And then we're going to zoom out. And there we go. That is all of Kakashi done right there. We're just going to get a nice zoom out so you can see everything in frame. And there you go. So without further ado, once you've done this, we're now going to zoom out as well. Because we've not just have we done Kakashi, we've already done the previous 3. So Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura as well. So we're just going to see everything in frame that we've done so far. And there you go, there is Team 7's outline complete, and I gotta say, it's definitely looking pretty nicely. And you can all see they've got very different styles. Compared to Sakura, she's also kind of got one line with Sasuke like here, but Sasuke's kind of like cut off with his 2 lines. As again, Sasuke's always been the same style. And no matter how many times I've done it, in the Ringan he was the same style, in this one he was the same style, and even in the Naruto versus Sasuke, the same style hair all the time, never changes. But without further ado, that is everything done so far. And I gotta say, it definitely is looking pretty awesome. But it definitely is going to look a lot more cooler when everything's filled in. Can't wait for that to happen. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. So if you enjoyed this build so far, make sure to go and hit that like button. It'd be much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, then make sure to go and subscribe as well, because that will also be much appreciated and helps out a lot to get us closer to that 500 sub goal. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. So peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.